it's Tiara Amira Jones, aka DJ Full Exposure, and I am your host of Industry Exposed. This episode, I am so excited because this topic is near and dear to my heart. It is a shout out to all my actors and actresses out there that are thinking of giving up. I know it has been hard. I know this pandemic has been crazy. I know work has been slim. I know you hate rejection. I know you want more money. All those things we're going to address because all those are reasons or thoughts or fears that have been injected into your mind to get you to stop and to, I don't know what, remove motivation and ambition. Nah, we're going to bring it back. There are so many reasons why you should not give up acting. Should not give up acting. And I'm going to help you. I'm going to get you your motivation back so we can kick ass, okay? Let's go. So, the number one reason why you feel you may give up acting and you shouldn't is because maybe the work has dried up. So this may be true because, especially in this pandemic and COVID, it's been so weird and production hasn't really been going on. And when it has, it's been, it's a lot of things have slowed down for the industry. I mean, acting is not easy. Acting is 110% not easy. We are a special kind of specimens to endure what we do in this industry and to still love it. And I think if you think about it, 90% of actors are out of work. So let's break it down when I say that, because that sounds scary. 90% of actors are out of work. Oh my gosh, do I even have a chance? Yeah, you do. Because once you think about it, you're in a commercial for how many days? 1 day, 2 days max? Then again, you're out of work. On to look for another job, aka auditioning again. If you're on set of a TV show, you're on for, let's say if you're recurring, maybe a couple weeks. If you're just a day player, a day. If you're on the show, like a principal or series regular, you may be filming for a couple months and you're out of season until if the season gets picked back up again. If you're shooting a movie, you may be shooting for 4 to 6 months, however long, and then you're out of work again. So that's what I mean. So it doesn't mean you're not getting jobs, you're not getting paid. It just means that that's just how the industry moves, So 90% of actors out of work because our jobs are quick. We don't have a desk that we go to 9 to 5 every day. We have a set that we're in a movie to finish that is only filming for a set amount of time. You ever, series like this, you're like, damn, why are they still filming it? That's how it is. So, you don't want a commercial to last 24 hours. Why am I watching a commercial for 24 hours? We're at the TV show. So commercial is only so short. You're only filming it for so long. So that's just something to take note. If you have representation, I think it's important to discuss it with them. And maybe there is something you can sort out or discuss to help you get more auditions, Sometimes just a simple change of your headshot can do wonders. So casting directors might get used to seeing your headshot or the same headshot. So having a fresh look or a fresh headshot may just be give them a feel like they've never seen you before and you're just, fresh to their eyes and let's bring her in. Let's see how she is. And then you kill it and they're like, oh my God, because you've improved. So sometimes that just does the trick. And you should change your headshots. Some say every 6 months. I've heard every 3 years. I'll say every 1 or 2, depending on how your look. I am spitting. Depending on how your look is changing. So if you're doing drastic changes to your look, then that's when you'll need to change your headshot. Hey, you guys. So number 2 reason of why you may be feeling like you should give up acting and you shouldn't is because you may say, I don't have an agent. This is my personal favorite because it is a poor excuse. You don't need an agent or a manager to get work as an actor. It's marvelous. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many things that you can do yourself that can get you jobs before you even get representation, or that can help you get representation. There's a casting website you can go on to submit yourself, Backstage Acting, Casting Frontier, Casting Networks, Actors Access, all websites that you can go on to submit yourself, self-submissions. And when you have a representation or agent or manager, you're on those websites anyway. So there's so much you can do yourself. Also, additionally to those things, you can get in local drama productions or local theater productions. Student films are good. PSA announcements. There's all sorts of things that are local to your area that can also help you build your reel as well and build your resume, which is what we're all trying to do, right? To make ourselves look the best on that resume for those agents. Another good thing to do is to create a personal website. It's like a personal calling card or casting card for that for the casting directors. So let's say they go, they can see all your stats, your resume is already there, all your headshots or other photos. So maybe they can see you in some different looks, everything. So it's something that can easily be forwarded to agents or managers when you're seeking representation, and make sure it looks professional. There's websites, one that I use, Wix.com, and they have a lot of professional templates. So it makes it real easy for your website to have a professional theme, look, and feel, and it's really easy to input information in and build your website. So I suggest that. And if everything looks professional, no matter your experience, how limited it is or how limited you may feel it is, at least they know that you're taking it seriously because you have things that look professional, and that's better than little Sally down the block that just wants to be an actor, and it's just gonna happen. This man came up to me in the mall and said I looked like Kelly Rowland, and so at least that's different. Then they can see you're taking it seriously. Let's move on to 3. So the number 3 reason of why you may be feeling like you should give up acting and you shouldn't is because maybe you say, my agent doesn't seem to be working for me. Now, this is something I've struggled with too, because I've changed representation since I began acting, and felt the need to, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. So the reality of it is there are good agents and there are bad ones, but something you should never stop doing is working for yourself. You should always be submitting yourself. Like I said, once you have an agent, they still have you on these Actors Access, Casting Frontier, Casting Network sites. So you can still also submit yourself in addition to them submitting you. Something to think about in perspective is that an agent has dozens of clients, so you're not their only one. So realistically, they can't give 100% of their time to you. They have other things going on in their personal lives as well. An agent can drop you at any time, and vice versa. You can do the same. Don't be scared. What you think about is their business. So if they're not making, or they feel like they're not making money off you like you should be, then they can replace you. But as long as you're doing your part, like I said, doing your part, looking professional, and working for yourself as well, there's no reason that they will feel the need to replace you, because they say you're doing the work, and they say you're still have the ethic, the work ethic to keep going. So honestly, they'll support you. And I've had agents like that as well, that maybe I'm not booking them like, oh man, what can I do? They're like, honestly, as long as you're doing what you do and putting in work and working for yourself, then we got your back, and we're still here, we support you. So think about that. And there are times also when the agent actor relationship may need to be changed. Maybe you feel like, okay, I've come to the point, I've communicated to them that we've tried to work different tactics out. It's still not working. I don't think they're just the best for me, because they do work for you. I don't think they're the best to work for me. Then it's okay. You can change. I think the agent and actor relationship should always be an honest one. So if you are looking for representation, and you have an agent, just be honest with the new one. Say, hey, I currently do have representation, but I feel, it's time for a change because of, it's just be honest. Always be honest, always be honest, always be honest. And that's how I'm going to end it. Guys, so my 4th reason of what you may be hearing of why you should quit acting and why you shouldn't is I can't deal with rejection. So this is so hard because the possibility of avoiding rejection in this industry is slim to none. Just think of how many actors go after one role when there's open calls. Harry Potter, they had open calls a lot for that movie. Weirdly enough, I love it. I wish I was in England and could go. And there would be lines down the block. Not everyone can be Harry. If there was a different Harry for every movie, would it even be as successful as it is? That's weird, at least to me. So just think, there's so many actors going out for one role. There's going to be some no's you're going to hear. I think it does get better with time, and you do get better with handling it. And one good tip, or really I think the only best way to go about it, is to let it go. After you do the best you can in that audition room, you walk out, you let it go, and you move on and focus on the next thing. What's meant for you will always come back. I really do believe that, and I've seen it. So if opportunity is meant for you, it'll be for you. If it's not, you move on, you focus, because you don't want to be hung up on a past opportunity. Or, I didn't get it. Why didn't it work out? And there's an opportunity right in front of you. Oh, it didn't work out because this is better for you, right in front of you, but you're too caught up that you don't even see the next thing. So like I said, move on. After you do the best you can, walk out, move on, smile your face, pat yourself on the back, say you do a good job, and you focus on the next thing, okay? So I know a lot of my actors are feeling this one. I want to earn more money. So that's a big reason why you may be thinking you should give up acting, and you shouldn't. Being an actor is really, like I said, it can be really hard. We are special kind of specimens to be able to endure what we do through all the rejection and just the long hours on set, whatever it may be. It can be a rough journey. It can be really rough. You shouldn't be an actor just because you want to be rich and famous. That should not be the goal. If you do, I think the industry does a good job of weeding those people out because they get frustrated really fast because it's not something that I'm going to walk into this audition and overnight, blam. That's not going to happen. I think fame and fortune only come to a select few. If you look at it, there's 1% of the industry, 1% or 2% of the industry. So to have all the actors, all the directors, all the casting directors, all the producers, executive producers, showrunners, creators, writers, whatever, only 2% or 1%, I believe it's 1% of the whole industry is considered wealth or rich and famous. You know what I'm saying? Others are just regular working actors. So if you have the goal, I root for everyone, honestly, because I know I'm going to be there. But if you have that goal, that shouldn't be your motivation to go into acting. It should really be the love of the craft, because at the end of the day, that is no motivation to get you through what we go through. You know what I'm saying? That's just no motivation. Even the actors you do see that are, considered rich, famous, or highly successful, which I'm not going to say, because success is, I think actors, if you have a job that's successful, you did it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard. So let's say are the ones celebrities that you consider to have achieved fame and fortune, even they probably struggled or did struggle for a long time before they reached that point. Tyler Perry, homeless, Oprah, jobless, and at 23. So in her damn near mid-20s, didn't have a job. Who was Steve Harvey, homeless, before he became what he was. So you just think about it. I'm not saying you're going to be homeless, but I'm just saying that, it's not something to come in thinking that's automatically going to happen. That's not the motivation you should lead yourself into this industry with. You can still earn good money from acting. So if you want to keep acting and making money, but while still pursuing your career, this is not your new career. This is while you're still pursuing your career, there are things you can do to still hone your craft. While auditioning or waiting for, your next big TV show, because it's going to happen, like I said. Hey, you guys. So one of the reasons you may be feeling that you should be giving up acting, and you shouldn't, because we're not giving up here, is that maybe you're thinking that the frustration of not working is getting me down. This one I've struggled with because I have friends that I root for. And it can be frustrating when a lot of your other actor friends are getting work and you're not. It could be frustrating, but you're so proud and you're like, damn, why is this happening to me? It's hard. It's hard. I think it's really important to focus your negative energy into something positive. So there's nothing you can do about a role you didn't get or haven't heard back from yet. But in the meantime, what you can do is try to relax. Maybe meditation, maybe yoga. So this is very temporary things, or something to help, even attending an acting workshop. You know what I'm saying? A dance class, learning a new hobby or sport. These are all things you can do in the meantime. There's other industry related sides that you can do, as example, like writing plays or writing articles or reviews, or even trying your hand at stand-up comedy, which is something I'm going to get into. I'm challenging myself. But yeah, there's so many things you can do in the meantime. And also, while you're learning a new sport or hobby or trying your hand at stand-up comedy, that's also something that may stand out on your resume once you add it to it. So, it's like a double, I don't know, it's a plus. It's just a plus, and something that can maybe help you get a role in the future. I think lastly, there are even acting support groups that you can join. I know some on Facebook, or mostly I think Facebook, where they're led by managers, they're led by casting directors, and you can promote yourself. I think they have it every so often. They have a promotion, self-promotion Saturday or something like that. And if you look interesting to a manager, then they do contact you, and people have gotten representation through that too. So look out for those. acting support groups on Facebook as well. Hey, you guys. So lastly, I wanted to leave you with some motivation. Those that give up never make it. Acting is hard. It is so hard, and so many people quit because they find it hard, or they lose patience, or they lose their trust in the process. Even if they do find careers that bring them money and stability, they end up later coming to loathe it because ultimately they just wanted to be an actor. I think most simply, if you don't give up, you'll become the actor you want to be. If you give up, you'll never will. You know, I think that's in simplest terms. And please, 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 please don't give yourself a reason to one day say, I quit because I was scared. Don't let fear take over. All those reasons I listed before, I don't like rejection, I don't have an agent, those are just things that, because I just gave you reasons why none of those should stop you from doing what you're doing or pursuing your dream or goal. So don't give yourself say, I was too scared. No, go after it. You'll never, if you give up, like I said, it will never happen. So there's already a guaranteed path. At least if you try, there's a possibility. Shit, you could be the next whatever. I don't even say someone, because like we're all carving our own paths. We're all making our own ways. You know, we're not trying to be the next anyone. We're trying to make our own empires and careers here. So I have some quotes to leave you off with for inspiration. Lucille Ball. I love Lucy's show. We all love it. She once said, I'd rather regret the things I've done than regret the things I haven't done. I like that. Like I said, if you don't try, you'll never make it. At least if you try. Shoot, I tried. Shoot, I did. I gave it my all. You know, but no, I think even with that, like, you'll make it. You'll make it. It will happen. Your time will come. There's so many TV shows, so many acting roles out there. At the same time, there's enough for all of us. Lastly, my favorite, Michael Jackson said, I've always believed that if you put in the work, the results will come. I don't do things half-heartedly because I know if I do, then I can expect half-hearted results. I think he was the epitome of that quote, to be honest, because all of his performances, I think everyone says that Michael Jackson was actually a shy person, but when he performed, you never saw that. It was interesting. I had a teacher who danced in a Thriller video with us. Wish I was there. Who danced in a Thriller video with Michael Jackson. She was telling us her experience one day. Just about the whole day and how it happened. And she was just, the thing I took away from it and remember the most from her saying is that he was really shy, really kind of quiet. And, but when he came on set, I think we all know what happened then because we've seen it. But, that's amazing. So I just want to leave you guys off with that. Don't give up. Don't quit. Keep going. Your time will come. What's meant for you is meant for you. Take time. Be patient. Learn new skills. Rest, relax, meditate. In the meantime, it's going to happen. This is your time. This is your career. This is your calling. So trust that. Until next time, you guys.